everybody, and welcome to our podcast.
That's on Medicalization.
I'm Meg.
And I'm Georgia.
And today our topic is Stratified Biomedicalization. So to get to like the nitty gritty and the boring stuff first, we gotta define Stratified Biomedicalization.
So our little definition here is inequalities due to differential access to and the use of high-tech biomedicine and its organizations.
Mm-hmm. And biomedicalization is really just the introduction and integration of technology into our healthcare system. So I think some of our biggest examples would be like how expensive it is to get an MRI or a CT, even if it's a life-saving procedure. Sometimes insurance won't cover it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the biggest example I can think of is when Kim K took that picture with the MRI and is like, just cause I can.
Crazy.
I think it's absolutely crazy that that's a thing.
Because she also has so much money, and she has what does she even do?
Yeah.
What does she even? She doesn't do anything, and she has all this money, and she's like, oh, let me just get all these tests done real quick.
It's like there's nothing wrong
picture
with me.
in front of a CT scan.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, well, I've had life-threatening migraines since middle school, and it's almost impossible for me to get an appointment to be told that I need to get an MRI scan. It took me 3 months to get an in-person neurology appointment just for the guy to tell me that it was my hormones causing my migraines and that I need to wait another multiple months to get an MRI. It's crazy.
Men.
Yeah, I know, right? And specifically, healthcare in general, not even just MRIs, but yearly healthcare or yearly doctor's appointments are so expensive. And you have to book those things months in advance as well.
Oh yeah, months in advance. And sometimes you're waiting for several months. I know someone who waited around 6 months for a drug, and they needed to survive to live. And their insurance was taking so long to process it that they had to just go right to the source. And
it's so stupid. It is so stupid. And even if you were to get, say, an appointment at the emergency room, which is where you go if you don't have health insurance, because health insurance is crazy. If you don't understand what the doctors are telling you, you're just gonna be confused.
Yeah.
It's they're telling you need all these tests and things and healthcare procedures, and you're just I don't even have the money to go to a normal doctor's office for this. I had to come to you, and now I can't even do anything about it because I have no idea what you're talking to me about.
Yeah.
It's having medical literacy and just understanding certain medical terms is a privilege. Just getting a sick note to be able to skip class or not go to work. It's a privilege to be able to understand and have access to those kinds of things.
Right, and sometimes you don't have the money to get really good insurance, or you work somewhere where they don't have good insurance, and so you go places and they're like, oh, sorry, we don't take that insurance because it's just crappy insurance.
I know, it's the worst.
Yeah, and sometimes you have insurance that only will cover certain things. So I had an insurance one time where it would not cover eye care or dental care, and so I had to have a different dental care insurance separate from my main insurance for my doctor's visits.
That has been incredibly complicated to keep in line. I feel if my dad, fortunately enough, is a lawyer, and we do have pretty good health insurance, but we also have many kids. He has many kids. I have a lot of siblings. It's hard to handle that kind of stuff. My mom had cancer, and those medical treatments and chemotherapy is so expensive. So even with good health care, we were still struggling. Especially with 3 kids in college during that time, it was insane. I do not know how we managed to stay afloat. And that's not even thinking about the reading level of most American citizens.
Most people will have that 8th grade reading level, and there's a lot of people who don't even they can't even read a whole lot of words. So you have all these complicated terms to describe how insurance works, and no one's understanding it. People don't even know how to access it, because what if you live in a region that doesn't have good access to a public library?
Exactly.
Or access to a hospital. So you can't go and ask those questions because maybe you don't have cell service, or you don't have the resources that you need in that area to be able to get the information that you need.
Exactly. And it's such a screwed up system, because those who are in it benefit from it, but those who are out of it aren't given an ability to access it. And that's the biggest problem, I feel like, is just access to insurance. And then even if you have insurance, it doesn't work all the time, right? Like, didn't you break your ankle the other week?
Yeah, so like a few weeks ago, I sprained my ankle really bad, and I went to the doctor, and they x-rayed it, and I get my bill back, and it's like over $1,000. And I'm like thinking, and I called my mom, I was like, and she's like, insurance should have covered that. And I was like, okay, well, why didn't they? So I called.
That's stupid.
So I called the doctor's office, and they're like, oh, sorry, we spelled your name wrong. And so technically, in my insurance system, I don't exist because they spelled my name wrong. Yeah. And so that's like $1,000 spelling error right there.
Right, exactly. And at least it eventually did kick in, right? Eventually,
eventually. But seeing that high of a number that I have to pay, and it's just sitting there, it's scary. And there's a lot of people who don't know that you don't have to pay it outright. You can wait until your insurance kicks in to pay it. People sometimes don't realize that sometimes insurance takes a long ass time.
Or spells your name wrong in this case.
Spells your name wrong, and you have to wait for those you have to call the right people, you have to know who to call, and then you have to work with them over the phone for like, I was on the phone with this lady for like 30 minutes trying to figure out what the issue was. And she finally said, like, after 30 minutes of trying to figure out what was going on, she's like, oh, I see, they spelled your name wrong. And it wasn't even my last name, it was my first name. Like, I don't think Georgia's that hard of a name to spell.
It's a state. It's a U.S. state.
It's a state. So that's also, again, where that literacy comes in, where, like, people do not know how to get the correct information to the people that need it.
Yeah. And it's like, you had the insurance eventually, it was a mistake, and it was a very terrifying one. I remember when she showed me it, that made my heart drop, and I wasn't the one who had to pay for it. But imagine you didn't know how much money you had to pay just to get a stupid boot on your foot, and you thought it wouldn't be that expensive, and then you got slapped with a bill, and you're like, I don't have insurance to pay this.
Yeah.
And then now, all of a sudden, you're in $1,000 medical debt that's probably only going to get worse. Imagine if she actually had broken her foot, not just sprained it. The surgery to fix a broken foot would be so much more expensive than just the boot. And it's just, oh my gosh, it's so horrible. And another thing that I find that I really hate, that I just have a gripe with, is the price of period products. Although it's not really super seen as a medical thing, the period being a kind of natural bodily process that we can't really decide whether or not we want, and then also most insurance companies won't cover maybe getting a hysterectomy to stop having periods if they are super horrible for you. On top of all of that, our period products are like $13 for a box of 9 tampons that's not even gonna last me one cycle.
Oh yeah. Like, I went to Target the other day, box of pads, $9. I was like, no, I'm not paying $9 for a box of like 8 pads.
That doesn't make any sense to me. And while that's not technically biomedicalization, I do think it is a highly stratified form of just healthcare in general. Because if I can't decide whether or not I want to have a period, I shouldn't have to be able to pay for period products. And like, I get it, they're expensive to make, but it's also expensive to be a female that has to pay for it when I don't get to choose to bleed every month. And it's like the worst. Now, I think it's about time to have a very short advertisement.
Yeah, so we have a word from our sponsor, The Sick Roll.
Shout out to Talcott Parsons.
Shout out to Talcott Parsons. Meg, what do you do when you're sick?
I go to class anyways because I can't afford to miss school.
Right, so according to The Sick Roll, that is incorrect. And you must stay home because nobody wants that. And I quote from our lovely sponsor, stay home, ain't nobody want that.
But you also have to heal very quickly and come back.
Be very quick at healing.
Because God forbid you don't contribute to the economy in our society.
You have to be a functioning member of society. And if you're not, you're doing it wrong. But if you're sick, you are allowed to deviate from that. But only for a short time.
And only if you're able to afford to get a doctor's note that says you're allowed to skip class and skip work.
Yes.
Which, another example of stratified biomedicalization. I hate it. I hate going to the doctor when I feel sick because it just makes me feel worse.
I know.
Like, the air of the doctor.
Go into the doctor's office and it just feels so like, it's almost too clean in there. And it makes me get a headache because it's just so bright. There's just
the
bright
lights, the fluorescent lights.
And it's just, I'm like, can I not be here?
I know. My migraine medication is so expensive. I get monthly injections. And first of all, I don't even want to talk about the path it took me to get on the monthly injections. I had to go through 8 different types of pill medication, none of which worked, all of which made me feel worse. than having an actual migraine. And then when I finally got on the injection, you know how much it costed? $3,200 for one shot. That's without insurance.
That's
with
without?
insurance, yeah, that was without insurance. With insurance, it was still $1,000.
Oh my god.
I had to get on top of my insurance, which I don't even want to talk about,
Oh yeah.
a coupon, which bumped it down to $35, but the coupon only lasted for the first 4 months of usage. So after the new year started, I had to just somehow get the money together to afford that migraine.
I love how insurance is like, here, have a coupon.
Yeah, it was, oh my god, it was
Like,
stupid.
Honestly, what is this insurance? Is it like a freaking Wendy's where you're like, oh, here, have a 20% off coupon on your next order? Like,
That's pretty much, that's actually very good. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was horrible.
yeah.
I think to end this on a kind of a better note, we want to play a little bit of a mini game.
Yes. So our mini game is called This or That.
Elective?
Medicalization edition, elective surgery edition. So Meg, would you rather, or this or that, I guess is.
Is this an elective surgery?
Is this an elective surgery?
Or is it a required medical
Or is
performance
it-
surgery?
Yes. So is this elective or is it a necessary medical surgery? Like a rhinoplasty.
So I feel like actually that could probably go multiple ways because I do know a lot of like famous people will get nose jobs because they hate the look of their nose, but other people, you can be born with an extremely deviated septum that makes breathing through your nose almost impossible, which can make sleeping very dangerous. I mean, you know what sleep apnea is when you don't get enough oxygen.
Yeah.
That's deadly.
I know, yeah.
Like, and people don't get enough sleep
it
when
can
they're
also
on
ruin
that.
your teeth because it dries your mouth out.
Exactly. My mom had sleep apnea. It was the worst. So I feel like it can be a necessary surgery to help fix the deviated septum in order to, you know, breathe normally, which I personally think breathing is really important. I don't know about you guys, but I personally think breathing...
I personally like breathing.
I really like breathing too. But if you're doing it just for a cosmetic reason because you don't like the shape of your nose, you don't like the way your nose looks, then it's elective.
Yeah. Okay, our next one, LASIK.
Oh, okay. So as someone with bad eyesight, I have a very personal gripe with this. While LASIK is the number one elective surgery, insurance will cover almost none of it at all. And it's horrible because there are some people who are so legally blind, they can't see 3 inches in front of their face and need glasses that are 5 inches thick. My roommate has -9 contacts and her glasses are thicker than my pinky finger. It's insane. Yeah. And I personally think LASIK is required, mostly because, especially for me, when I wear my glasses, I get migraines, so I wear contacts. But my contacts are $600 a year just to be able to see, to be able to drive, see the board and take notes in class, be able to interact with people. If I took my contacts out, I wouldn't be able to read her sweatshirt. And I think it being elective is so stupid. Like, I mean, you have glasses. You should have an opinion on this as well.
Yeah, so I genuinely hate wearing contacts. I will wear them, but only if I feel like I need to, just because I cannot stand how my eyes feel when I wear them.
Yeah, some people are not very big on touching the
eyes.
But
LASIK also has always kind of the idea of it anyway has freaked me out because like it's so expensive. It's an invasive procedure a little bit because like they go into your legs.
Yeah,
it's gross.
Horrible.
It's so gross. I've seen.
You have to be awake during it.
I know, and that
terrifies
so
me.
Scary. But I think that the issue is like doctors don't talk enough about procedures. Like if you are interested in getting a procedure and you're like, oh hey, I'm interested in LASIK, they're like, oh we'll talk about that, and then they don't talk about it with you, and then I have to like ask other people like, hey, what do you think about LASIK? And people have differing opinions on it, and a lot of times insurance doesn't cover LASIK. Because, again, it's an elective surgery, and it's not considered necessary.
I consider it necessary.
I think it is, because a lot of people need glasses, and a lot of people, like me and Meg, are blind as shit and cannot see.
Exactly. See, my biggest thing is when people ask me if I want LASIK, I keep thinking over and over again, if a zombie apocalypse is going to occur, and I run out of contacts, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a rock and a berry. I would die so quickly, and that is literally my number one reason why I want to get LASIK.
Yeah.
Did you know that some people can just wake up and see?
And that's crazy.
And that's crazy. And it doesn't make any sense to me.
And I envy those people who can wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I can see my hand 5 feet in front of me. Because I wake up and I'm like, oh gosh, where am I?
Yeah, I can't do it either. I think we had one more on that list, didn't we?
Yes. Leg extender surgery.
Okay, so I heard about this. I didn't actually think it was a real thing. I thought it was fake. But I did some Googling on it, but apparently you can like detach your leg. Like you can, if you put a clean cut, I think it's through one of the legs in your thighs. If you do a clean cut and bar it and like do a bone graft, I think you can get up to like 3 more inches in height in your leg.
Movie once.
I know, it's horrible.
It feels very dystopian, but
it does feel very dystopian. I genuinely did not think it was a real thing because height I feel like is a very like conversed upon topic, especially for guys. I mean, there are all these like gender expectations.
And like you see those videos of those people going up to guys being like, "How tall are you?" And then they pull the tape measure, and then all of a sudden guys are like, "Oh wait, I don't want to tell you my height."
I know, and it's like I get it. There are so many gendered expectations around women, and there are many about guys as well, and height is one of them. So while I think leg extender surgery is incredibly stupid and is expensive and is definitely an elective surgery, I can see the push to want to be taller to fit better into societal norms.
Right.
But also, like, you have to be famous to be able to afford that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, insanely famous. Maybe Kevin Hart could get into that.
Maybe Kevin Hart could do that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think he needs it. I think his height is a very good part about him.
I mean, I think he's got enough personality to compensate for his height. I think
100%. I think that might actually be the end of our podcast.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. And that's on
Medicalization.
Cool. I really hope that it got all